So it has been a wee while, but I really want to get this Barcelona series finished. Anyway, this was a night skate. It was like the Wednesday night, and I was out for two reasons. Number one was to find the Arc de Triomf. I didn't even know Barcelona had an Arc de Triomf, but it does. And I also wanted to find the Inercia Skate shop. So I started off on our typical street, which is the Rambla del Poblano. From there it's kind of like a straight line. I didn't expect to find it as quickly as I did. As with all the clips in this series, there is no audio, or so I thought. I don't know what's going on with my camera here. Maybe I didn't dry it out properly. You know, maybe it's just the humidity in the air, but this is why you're getting a lot of this kind of lens flare. So this is me on the strip leading up to the Arc itself. It was probably about 9 o'clock and people were just out enjoying a lovely evening in Barcelona. So it's a nice, open, flat, smooth stretch of land, and it's very pleasant to walk, and it's even more joyful to skate. So if you do find yourself lucky enough to be in Barcelona, then I would recommend that you come and visit the Arc de Triomf. It's lovely. Every now and then you'll see me try and use a magic slide. At this point I hadn't been using the magic slide at all really. I'd only learned it a couple of months earlier and I'd never really taken much time to drill it, so it's not a stop that I was comfortable with using at this stage. To be honest, the surfaces are actually perfect for slide practice. They're so smooth, but when I went out to skate I was literally out to explore and just to roll around. I wasn't actually spending time practicing, so I kind of just kept myself to power stops and power slides, the things that I'm very comfortable using. Anyway, I headed back and I managed to find the Inercia Skate shop, which is very close to the Arc itself, and guess what happened? Tomorrow. I'll come back tomorrow. The audio just randomly returned to my camera. Very weird. Here I am back on the Rambla del Poblano. Came across some fellow skaters here, and yeah, that was them. It was difficult to start a conversation with people because I didn't know the language, but I am learning the language at the moment because I intend to visit Spain lots in the future. I'm going back to Madrid at the end of this year, in fact. The setup that I'm using here. So I'm using an Oxelo boot. This is a Seba liner that I'm using in it, and the frame is the Rockin Frames Mix 190 frame, and I've got Powerslide wheels, and I've got Rollerblade ABX 7 Plus Twincam bearings. The setup was really good. A Rockin setup gives you kind of the best of both worlds: a longer frame for stability for when you're cruising, and the Rockin part of it really offsets the length and makes it way more manoeuvrable, which is really what you need when you're in the city. I still have this frame, I still use this frame, but I'm now using the Rockin 490 by Rockin Frames, which is a Rockin 4x90 setup, and it's, I'm going to say at this point in time, it is my favourite setup. It's tremendous. So as I came into this final stretch here, I clapped eyes on this guy on the electric scooter. He saw me and we were having one of those this is not a race, but actually, yeah, we're having a race. It was probably a bit dumb. In certain bits of this it goes pretty dark, and I could easily have just clipped my wheels on something and just face planted. That would have been messy. Thankfully it didn't turn out that way. It turned out pretty well for me. Did I beat him? What do you think? It was just a bit of fun. Anyway, that is the end of this nighttime skate in Barcelona. I hope you're going out for some skate time. The weather here in Scotland is starting to change, and I am starting to get the wheels on. Some interesting stuff has happened and is happening this year. Anyway, take it easy, skate safe, and I will catch you on the next roll. I am so freaking hot. And I meant that in the literal sense. It was boiling.